I'm a chief, I'm an Indian. I go to war with any man. My voice is like an instrument. I'm in the game, they on the bench. So that mean I'm in the field. I tell a bitch don't touch me, but the team, I'm about to cop a pill. Pop a pill. Feeling like an astronaut. I started from the bottom, baby. Now look at me at the top. That bass go boom, blah, blah, blah. Coming out the gut. That 808, boom, blah, blah, blah. Feel the aftershock. It's feeling like an earthquake. My pocket got the smart face. I'm blue face, honey, bitch. I want them in the worst way. Your niggas ain't eating this, but your bitch is perfect. Saying I'm a drink.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning.
Get ready to hear my war cry. Niggas talking that tough shit, you hear my war cry. What the fuck is your fault and you hear my war cry? Lyrics banging
Welcome.
at me like a 4-5.
Welcome.
Get ready to hear my
We
war
welcome you, Yinzers and non-Yinzers alike,
What the fuck is your fault and you hear my
from high atop
lyrics banging the back.
to Dum Yinzers Studios, episode 158. What do you know, Big Mike?
I know nothing. I'm
Are
like,
you eating breakfast?
oh, I did just finish eating breakfast. Yeah.
Now
Sorry,
we're high atop to Dum Yinzers Studios, but Mike, as you can see, is in his mother's basement. I think she locks him away.
Everyone does. Like every person who knows me, if I'm at their house, it was like, "Hi, come on in," and they escort me to the basement, and they just lock the door. And there's a camera up there. I'm able to see. I got a couple buckets and bowls. It works.
You're a fucking mess.
I got some sunlight. I am a mess. Dude. I've been up since like. This is hour 10. Okay, I've been up for 10 hours. It's a rough day. It's going to be a long day.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Michael, it is Wednesday. It's hump day, baby.
Hump day?
A little chilly again here in Western PA.
It is.
Yeah, I went to the hoodie. Got the hoodie today.
My beard's all a mess and discombobulated. And...
Hurricane Ian wreaking some havoc down in Florida. The storms will surely be working their way up soon. We'll be getting that. I heard that they're going to probably have tornadoes down there in Florida today.
It's like a 120-mile-an-hour winds, 12-foot waves. The last I heard, yeah, it's insane.
I'm in danger.
You damn straight you are, Wiggum. Little Ralph.
Yes.
You in danger.
So, stay safe. You're down there in Florida, in or around anywhere where there's bad elements. Be careful, everybody. Do what you got to do.
Yeah, like it's looking like the people who are able to evacuate are evacuating. Those that aren't able or, at least hunkering down. So hopefully they're doing it all safe.
And we have a large Pittsburgh population that resides in Florida. A lot of people, when they retire, they then move down to Florida. A lot of people our age are already in Florida. So anybody that's listening, stay safe, do what you got to do.
Exactly.
Speaking of tragedy, the Pirates actually, they won again, Mike.
They won again.
You know what? If they played the Reds much more, I think the Pirates would be a lot better team.
Me too. Raised to the Jolly Rancher. I mean Roger. As you get, once again they played to a pack house. It was a standing room only crowd.
Yeah.
I don't think it was last night's game, but it might have been the nights before. But reporters like, all right, one of these is from the COVID games, and one of these is from last night. Can you tell which is which?
I love it.
They were both.
To do this. We need to do this.
It was great. I loved it.
This is necessary. You've heard me say this before. This is necessary. If you want your team to be better, abort. Get the fuck out and let the higher up scramble and figure out a way to make things better. Pirates win 4-1. They are up to 58-97, still 32 games back in the division with about 7 games left. The Reds are only 60-95, so we're 2 games behind them in the division. Maybe, just maybe, we could pass them, but we only have 1 game against them left, which is today at 12:30. And from there, we go to St. Louis for 3 and then back home for 3 against the Cardinals, and that will finish up the season. So we're only 3 losses away from having that 100-loss season.
Yeah.
Only a couple games behind the Reds, so let's see which way the Pirates go.
Let's see what way they go. Let's see if Albert Pujols can hit a couple more home runs against the Buccos. Those stats.
That's the one good thing about that series.
Yeah,
Pujols is probably going to pound the shit out of the ball.
Yeah, hopefully, we pitched to him, unlike the teams have not been pitching to Aaron Judge. I don't know if you saw that. I don't know if we're going to talk about it, but I'll bring it up.
We will get back to that shortly.
Okay, yes. Yeah, we'll get over to that. Hopefully, we offer up some softballs to.
I think he got 4 walks last night, Aaron Judge.
Yeah, that is like
that right.
Yeah, it's Bush League. They just don't want to give up home runs for a record. You're pro athletes, you're competitors. This is what you get paid to do. And I'm a athlete. I'm not afraid of competition. Oh, you might hit a home run off me to help for the records. I'm just gonna throw it over here.
Yeah,
bitches. It reminds me like when Barry Bonds, he had bases loaded and they walk him.
Yeah,
because they're afraid of them and they don't want to give up their records. It's soft. Baseball players are bitches.
Penguins lose last night 6-2 to the Red Wings. They dropped to 1-2 in preseason. The Red Wings are 1-0. Next game is off October 1st. This Saturday at 1:00. They play at Buffalo.
It may just be preseason, but disband this team. Disband them.
Some Pittsburgh stuff regarding football. Minka yes. Fitzpatrick on concussion protocol. When did that happen? Like, what happened?
I just saw it yesterday. It just popped up. I was on Twitter and it was like Minka's in concussion protocol. So something had to have happened over the couple days prior. It had to happen.
For real? Damn, it must be true.
Snoop, it is true. But I'm thinking that's what had to have happened. Something had to have happened in practice to where, because you just come randomly out of the blue. Last game they played on Thursday. So you think you'd landed on the protocol before then?
It's not good. He
not
is
good at all.
His defense right now.
He's our best player. He's our best player right now.
So you have the Jets, the worst team in the league. We're gonna get a look at them. Zach Wilson's getting the nod. It looks like I think today they said that they are going to give us the update on whether Zach Wilson will be playing on Sunday or not.
Hide your hot moms.
Hide your hot moms. And as far as this defense as well, Coach Tomlin decided to bench Tyson Alualu.
Yes, saying Montravius Adams is playing better, so we're going to reward the better play.
I like it. You got to do that.
You have to, and hopefully, well, he's like the only one on the line that you can replace.
Yeah,
because you're not going to replace Cam, and Ogunjobi and Wormley. They're you can swap those two out, but Ogunjobi has been playing really well. He's been the odd man out is Lulu, and he's not been what he was from 2 years ago.
And he's an old man. I didn't realize he was in his 30s.
Yeah, he's old, and this might be his last year. It sounded like.
Also, another side note that I picked up yesterday: we signed Jordan Berry, Mike. Jordan Berry.
Yeah,
what's that about?
We signed him to the practice squad. Harvin is dinged up a little bit. I don't know the exact injury, so but he's probably putting his leg off these 3 games. So.
Yeah,
we need all the punting depth we can have the way we've been playing on offense. So yeah, it's there's a injury concern with Harvin. They don't know if he's going to be able to go or not. So bring someone in who's been on the team before, knows how we like to punt, We know how he punts.
Yes.
Smart move. We like I'm a part of the team.
You are a part of the team.
I've gone total fan right now. Talking about
the other one, Mike, is that I seen was Eric Fisher, an offensive tackle from the Colts. He's a free agent, and he could be a potential target for the Steelers. Offensive tackle Eric Fisher. So I don't know if they're going to seriously consider him. I did see his name pop up.
Yeah.
I don't know how good he is, where he stands, and where he stands next to what we already have.
If he's healthy, he wouldn't be bad. I still kind of like the way Chooks is playing. Dan Moore, he held his own against Cleveland. I'm not opposed to the Steelers bringing him in. I think it's good. It adds depth, and if he's better than one of the two tackles, guess what? That just adds depth to your offensive line.
You're right.
And good depth is very important, especially on the line. Linemen go down and you lose a key starter on the line, you can be screwed. So if you can get a nice backup, might as well.
So everybody's been complaining. A lot of complaints. Obviously the defense this week has been the big story. However, leading up to this has been obviously the quarterback situation, getting the receivers their catches, and being somewhat productive with throwing the ball downfield. And I got some pretty disturbing numbers here, Mike. These are, I'm going to read to you a list of the Steeler leaders in the yak category, yards after catch.
Yes.
You're going to love this.
Oh, I know I am.
Number one, the number one receiver on our team with yak yards with 58 yards after the catch, Najee Harris. Najee. Number two.
That's 2-yard passes.
Number two, 51 yards, yak, Pat Fryermuth. Pat, good job. Penn State. Number three, with 40 yards after the catch, Gentry with 40. And I think they all happened on one play, if I'm remembering right.
I think so. He had that's about all I remember is him having the one.
So that's number three. We got Harris, Muth, Gentry. Now let me read you the last four. Chase Claypool coming in fourth with 9 yards after the catch. Deontay Johnson coming in next with 8 yards, yak. Next is Jalen Warren with 7 yards after the catch. And finally, Mike, George Pickens, which I don't think is any fault on his end, but he has 2. So after 3 games of playing this year, Najee leads the way with 58 yards after the catch, Muth with 51, Gentry 40, Chase 9, Deontay 8, Jalen Warren 7, and Pickens 2. That is a bad sign, man.
Oh, that's a very bad sign. And I'm sitting here going, doesn't look well on the quarterback. But then I'm starting to think, like, all the passes that I've seen completed, there's been a defender right there.
Yeah.
So
because everyone knows what we're doing.
Yeah, they do. It's poor.
It's
poor route design and poor play calling.
You know what I have seen one time?
Be.
One time I haven't seen a slant from the inside slot where it's you by default catch the ball and you're moving, so you're going to gain yards by default. I haven't seen that once. As successful as it is in the NFL, we've seen it over and over. Cross it, anything, not once, not one time.
Yeah, Jerry Rice, got all. You think he wasn't the fastest receiver in the league, wasn't a deep threat? What crossing routes and slants?
All those white guys, those receivers that played for New England, who were they're under talented. They're not as good as the big guys in the league. But how are they successful? That same slant, you can't fuck it up. You really can't fuck it up.
No. But no one's really biting on the run game because they're not. Linebackers aren't going to bite on play action. They're not going to bite on the snaps, and they're not going to come down in and open up that middle. We're not throwing to the middle, so the linebackers aren't going to go. Backpedal that way. They're just going to play their normal depth. Yeah, don't. So maybe if you run a slant, it's going to force someone. You get some good runs in, it's going to force that middle of the field open. You can get that good ship. No, let's not even run any underneath crossing routes, slants. Everything seems to be outside, like outs, comebacks, dig routes.
Sideline. All he does is throw to the sideline. That's why you have no yak, because you throw to the sidelines constantly. Maybe if you switch it up a little bit and come inside, come with the slant, come with the cross, maybe you might be able to open up the offense a little bit. They're literally doing the same thing over and over and over. You know, Tallman went on and talked about all he's focused about, his mind is only on watching tape and figuring out what it is that he has to do to get better. Why do you keep doing the same thing? It's been those 3 games were the same 3 games. Game plan strategy wise, those were the same 3 games.
But I thought, you know, according to a lot of the decent amount of media members and fans and fan blogs saying, well, once 7's gone, it's going to open up the offense. It's going to open up the offense. It has not opened up the offense. The offense has not changed. Still the same offense. You know, like
so anybody that was passing the lack of success off to our over the hill quarterback, I think they're way off.
Now it's because, you know, it's Trubisky in there, so it's all his fault.
It's going to be this way no matter who it is.
Like if you're not, you know, we see it when they run the 2-minute offense, when they go up tempo, how well Mitch moves that team up and down the field. We see what happens when you get him rolling out. Well, first of all, you have to make sure you get him rolling out to the correct side, because there's a couple times against the Browns, we're going to roll you out on your offside to where you're going to have to, you know, contort your body to make a throw against Myles Garrett. That's kind of stupid, you know. When you run away to where you can be square as you're throwing and you roll out that way, Mitch has been finding receivers. We've been making plays that way. So why aren't they doing that? I don't know what Canada's issue is.
The one thing that he does that really pisses me off is when he starts to roll out before he has to. Like every once in a while, he'll get a nice pocket, and then he just takes off. And you know what? I can't say I blame him. I wouldn't want to get smashed by 300-pound men. However, the play's not even started yet, and he's already rolling out. And I don't know. They have so many fucking issues. Let me read you the numbers, Mike, from the top 10 quarterbacks in the league. These are the yards. These are the yards, and we'll see where our starting quarterback lies in this pack. Okay. The best quarterback so far in passing yards has been, no surprise, Allen up in Buffalo. Allen has 1,014 yards after 3 games. Pretty impressive.
Mm-hmm.
Tua down in Miami has 925 yards. Jalen Hurts at number 3, 916. So there's your number 2 and 3 quarterbacks are the 2 undefeated teams. So, you know, if you're wondering why those teams are doing pretty well, look at their quarterbacks' numbers.
Yeah.
Number 4, Herbert out in Los Angeles Chargers, 910. Number 5, Joe Flacco has 901 yards. That should be no surprise. He's throwing the ball all over the place.
They're chucking it like 80 times a game.
He really is. Carson Wentz down in Washington, 861 yards. Jameis Winston, 858 yards. Number 8, Patrick Mahomes with 857. Carr down in Vegas with 850. And finally, number 10, the 10th best passing receiver so far after 3 games is Joe Burrow with 812. Where's Mitch? Okay, Mitch has 569 yards after 3 games.
Oh, I love the Steelers offense, man. We're bringing the 1930s back in style.
It's very 80s like too. I remember growing up through this, and it was just so bad. And our quarterbacks were, getting 100-yard passing games, and it really has the. Why can't we have a happy medium? Why? Why is there no happy medium?
No,
some of these other teams are having happy mediums. We have no happy medium. We're either really good or really bad.
You know, since the 70s, it's been a Hall of Fame quarterback or either a bunch of average to below average quarterback play. And that's what we have right now. Like every quarterback on our roster right now is average.
Another team, Mike, The New England Patriots, they may have lost Mac Jones for a game or two in the last game. He got a high ankle sprain. I don't think it's going to happen, but I've seen a couple reports this morning that could Mason Rudolph be, in the talks for a trade, which I don't think it's going to happen. I simply don't think it's going to happen because I don't think New England wants Mason Rudolph. They know better. But two, if they did, watch out because they know how to trade. They know they know how good guys are, their potential. We'll end up getting stuck with some schlub.
Yeah,
Mason Rudolph will go up there and play under Belichick, and he'll have 300-yard game or something.
We'll get like a 6th-round pick, and then Mason will put up career numbers.
Yeah. So,
Mason's not going anywhere. He's not going to go anywhere. So I don't know why people keep trying to talk it up. It's not going to happen. They trust him. He knows the system. Why do you think Matt Canada is still here? He was already on the payroll. He works for cheap, and we know what he does, and the offense knows the system. So that's the only reason he was brought back. That's why that's why they have Mason. Mason knows the system.
Thursday night, the Bengals, they host the Dolphins tomorrow night for Thursday Night Football. The Bengals will be wearing their new whites. A lot of people like these uniforms. They're all white. They got the white helmet with the stripes. White. It's a pretty nice uniform. Pretty sharp, man.
It is too. I can't wait to see how it looks on TV and in live action.
Yeah.
They have white with black stripes, and you got the officials out there.
Yeah.
I think it's psychological because the umps are the refs are like, oh man, they look like us. We can't call a penalty against them. They're one of us.
It'll seem like we're cheating.
Yeah, that's a smart move. It's 1,000 IQ
everything we bought and everything we bought food wise when I was a kid in boxes were all in the black and white. It's going to look like the Bengals uniform. You remember that? All the generic stuff used to be in white boxes with black letters.
Uh-huh.
One more football story, not NFL related. I talked about the other day, Ethan Knox. Ethan Knox from up north here, north of Pittsburgh. He's a junior running back in high school. He ran for 400-plus yards in his first 3 games of his junior season. And then after 4 games, he is up to 1,575 yards rushing. Second national ranking in the country. After 4 games, he's number 2 in the whole country as far as rushing yards.
I remember you were telling me this the other day, and I was trying to think of the Penn State running back who had similar numbers. He was like Mr. Pennsylvania. Every game he averaged 400 yards and 4 touchdowns. These guys, high school running backs, when they are good, no one can stop them. It doesn't matter what level you're at.
You're right.
Yes, is he committed anywhere or have early commits or?
Not that I know of. He may, he might be in the talks with somebody, but I don't know that much.
If he's playing that well, he's probably getting all the customary.
Either that or he's playing the JV team, or you know what I mean? Those numbers are unbelievable.
But still, even putting up that numbers, even if you're not in the highest skill conference, you're going to get looks and offers from a lot of places. Yeah, but those numbers are just insane.
Let's jump over to the Diamond. You spoke a little bit about Aaron Judge. Let me read you off some of his accomplishments of the season. Aaron Judge, with about 6-7 games left, he's number 1 in the American League, number 1 overall with home runs. I'm going to give you his American League. That way I don't have to keep saying back and forth.
Yeah.
But overall, of course, he has 60 home runs in the lead. 128 RBIs, which is first in the American League. 316 average. Again, first in the American League.
Wow.
123 runs. Again, first in the league. 93 walks. First in the league. Total bases, 372. First in the American League. On base percentage, 419. First in the American League. Slugging percentage, 703. First in the American League. OPS, 1.123. First in the American League. And finally, the WAR, the WAR, 9.7 again, which is first in the league.
That's a complete player.
Yeah.
Because I that. One of the big things, when Judge first came onto the scene was, his batting average and strikeouts and walk ratio. He has put it all together. I didn't realize his batting average was that high. He had almost 100 walks already.
That's a fucking beast, man.
That's a beast.
He might be an AI.
He might be if he's not the AL MVP, there's something wrong.
He's not the MVP of the universe or something.
He should be. He's everything that Pirate fans want O'Neal Cruz to be. If you think about it, that's what the goal is for O'Neal Cruz. This is what you have to do. This is what the Bucco fans want, and this is what we expect. And I hope he can put up those numbers because you see he has the potential. And if he has the same career path as Aaron Judge, it'd be awesome to see. But God, those numbers are freak. They're like, Barry Bonds-esque numbers.
Yeah.
For like the strikeouts, the walks, the on-base percentage, all that stuff. It's
just to be the best at, one or a couple of those.
Yeah, but he's just one across the board and all those main categories. It's insane.
Over to the hardwood, the U.S. Women's basketball team beat Bosnia 121-59 yesterday.
Oh, they only put up 121?
What's that?
They only put up 120 something, not 150.
It was a slow game. However, it's their 27th win in a row in World Cup play. 27 in a row for the women.
That's insane. When you get those dominant teams, like we said, when you're dominant, you just can steamroll everyone.
Yeah.
I wonder if it gets boring for them.
I doubt it. They're doing what they love. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's probably just like taking a scrimmage and just going out and displaying your abilities and doing what you do well. And I highly doubt, you know what I mean? Just as a competitor, there might be a part of you, but you know what? There's a part of you on the other end that says, you know what? You play good teams. Sometimes it's difficult. Sometimes you play teams that aren't. You just go out and do your thing,
Yeah. See, that's why if I had the ability, I don't know if I would be able to, like, I'd be bored.
Yeah.
I'd be bored. I'd mess up on purpose, trying to make it a challenge.
This Friday, everybody, you're going to want to get down to Falls Fest. Rock Solid Entertainment presents the Beauty and the Beast edition. This is going to be hosted by Ms. Blue Diamond and co-hosted by Cigarellos. Again, this is Friday, the 30th, from 8:30 p.m. to 12:30 a.m. It's going to be $10 to get in down at Frank's Original Grill in Beaver Falls at 1111 7th Avenue, Beaver Falls. And to make that even sweeter, just before their show, 6:30, stop over to see us here on YouTube. We will be talking to the guys from Rock Solid Entertainment, formerly known as Hit 'em Hard, and we're going to be able to talk to Prime Sinister, Cigarellos, Dust, maybe more. So before you go down to Frank's on Friday to enjoy the show, stop over here, visit us, and see what the guys have to say before they get ready to go and do their thing.
Yes, so looking forward to it. It's always a good time when we get to sit down and talk to them. I can't wait.
Absolutely, man.
I can't wait.
Pittsburgh, Mike. Pittsburgh is ranked as a top city for people with disabilities. A headline this morning: Pittsburgh is ranked as a top city for people with disabilities. I don't know what that means, but you know what? We'll take it, right?
We'll take it. Yeah, that the city is doing what they can to make sure everyone is able to get around the city. It's kind of like we just said, like get around, like number one for disabilities. I'm thinking, I've seen the city. There's a lot of hills, steep hills. I feel so bad for someone like in the wheelchair having to get around. But I was like, wait, there's motorized wheelchairs. There's other ways to get around. But that was the first thing that popped in my head because I'm thinking that old school style wheelchair. I'm like, how would I get around in Pittsburgh like that? Because there's a lot of hills. But then I realized,
hell no!
But there's a lot of flat areas and stuff.
I know
why is it like every time I think of a disability, I think of someone in a wheelchair?
That's all I'm picturing. I'm picturing people in wheelchairs just losing their brakes and just wheelchairs flying down hills everywhere. But that was my initial thought.
Yeah, but now I'm thinking there's a wider range of
right.
Oh God, I'm terrible.
Like people sitting in a little loft in the middle of the woods on their Victorian chair and talking to themselves.
That's the job. That's my dream right there.
That is you fuck.
I know, but I'm not sitting on my porch in my Victorian chair. out in the
No,
woods.
you're sitting in your little loft, on your Victorian chair.
I thought you said,
No, you're in a little loft.
You can just tell I like totally tuned you out there in that whole conversation. I totally
McDonald's is going to start selling Happy Meals aimed toward adults.
Yes.
What does this mean, you ask? This means you could go to McDonald's soon. And with the Happy Meal, you're going to start getting all the old toys. They're going to start remaking the old toys, Mike, from when we were kids. All the McDonald's characters, Grimace, Cheeseburglar, the
Hamburglar, not the Cheeseburglar, you uncultured swine.
I think there was some kind of bird in there, like a chicken lady or some shit. The chicken lady will probably be back. So there you go. And this time, don't throw it all away, because from my understanding, this shit gains value after 30 years and might be worth something one day.
Might be. I got plenty of Happy Meal toys sitting around right now. I'll hold on to them. I'm pumped, man. I'm pumped. Are they gonna is it still just gonna be like a 4-piece, 6-piece chicken nugget with a small fry? And then
yeah, I mean, the thing is there's still kids meals for kids. However, they're aiming their marketing toward the adults. So I'm not real sure what the thought process and the strategy is. But you know what? I'll snatch every one of them toys up. I'll take that Cheeseburglar and I'll put it right on your head.
Fuck yeah. Thunk.
American airline flights interrupted by sounds of moaning on the PA system. American Airlines flight interrupted by the sounds of moaning on their PA system. What's that all about, Mike? The Mile High Club?
That's what it sounds like. Someone was getting.
Hey, baby, I'm a pilot. Why don't you come on in here?
Right, they're getting their freak on, and just don't crash the plane. That's all I care about.
Yeah,
do whatever you want. Just get me there safely. If that's what you need to get me there safely, rock on.
The other pilot comes back from the restroom and they can't get in because you got the door locked. I like it. I like it a lot. TikTok. Now here's one for you. TikTok, Mike, is being taken over by people sunbathing their crotch, their junk, and their taint. This is a new thing now. Apparently, if you sunbathe and get sun on your downstairs area, you get better sleep, balanced hormones, more energy, higher libido, increased creativity, and of course a tan.
Like they're behind the trend on this one. Actually, this is like God, I remember reading about this 4 or 5 years ago, like when like perineum sunning, like I remember reading articles, people laying down, they just laying down, spreading all their cheeks out and getting sunburnt on their taint and in their booty hole.
I might have to try that this year. Look, better sleep, more energy.
Just find that neighbor's house that you hate and then just sit there and
like,
I'm just working on my taint. I'm just like, this is self-care. I'm not being perverted.
That's right.
Self-care.
Hey, you can't knock somebody for self-care, right?
You can't. No, you can't.
I wonder if you get it in your butthole too. Do you gotta, here's what I'm picturing, like on your knees, like bent over with your forehead on the ground and your hands spreading your cheeks apart. That's the only way that you could really get sun in your butthole. What if you got sunburn in your butthole?
Yeah, you got to get that aloe vera, the cooling aloe vera, and just rub it up in there.
Yeah. Yeah. That could be the commercial for the brand, the company that sells the aloe vera lotion. Hugh Jackman is back as Wolverine in Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool 3.
I can't wait. My only concern is that Marvel and Disney are going to ruin the franchise, ruin Deadpool.
I can see that.
I hope they don't, but I'm so pumped for it. I can't wait. Those two just, their bromance they have off screen cracks me up.
Yeah.
They're always trying to one up each other, messing with each other. It's great. But yeah, it's to see them. This would be actually the second time they've been in the movie together. They anyone remembers the one failed Wolverine movie where they had like Ryan Reynolds was playing Deadpool before he was Deadpool. It was god awful. Hopefully, they're gonna spoof that. They already did before in the first Deadpool, but it's gonna be awesome to see them both in there. Everyone thought Hugh Jackman was done playing Wolverine after the movie Logan, but coming back for his good buddy Ryan Reynolds. So it's nice to see. I can't wait. It's gonna be awesome. And hopefully, it still better be R-rated because you can't have a Deadpool and a Wolverine movie together and have it be PG-13.
Disney's fucking a lot of shit up, man.
Yeah, they have. They're an evil corporation. Fuck Disney. Look up copyright laws, people. Why copyright laws suck and why Disney's a piece of shit. But anyway, hopefully they don't ruin it. But I have really, they've ruined every other comic book character, so why not ruin these two?
Yeah. I got one for you. I spoke the other day about I started this series on Netflix called Dahmer. Pretty popular. I think a lot of people are getting into it.
Yeah.
So I started. I've been through about 3 episodes now. Mm-hmm. It's all kind of running together. If you ask me what's from one episode or another, I have no fucking clue. But what's the worst thing? The worst thing you could find in Dahmer's bathroom?
What?
Head and Shoulders, motherfucker. Head and Shoulders.
I haven't heard that joke since 1991.
Yes. The nostalgia, baby. The nostalgia. Head and fucking Shoulders, man.
I love it.
We got to try to get Allie on here to because I said we were going to talk a little Dahmer on Wednesday. I did get to about where I thought that I would be. Again, I'm on about the 3rd episode.
Yeah, me too. That's where I'm off. I just finished it before we came on air.
Let's see. Did you?
Yeah,
let's see if we can't get somebody to get Allie on here.
Oh, you gotta. Oh, I don't even know if she's watching.
And then we'll discuss. We'll discuss this. You know what? At first, it seemed really just drawn out to me, and I thought, am I even gonna be able to do this? Am I, And the thing is, I'm not super interested in sitting around watching shows. Hey, there she is. Welcome, Al.
Oh,
and like I said, Mike, I'm not into like sitting around watching these, binge watching things like that. I thought, you know what, I'll watch it for the show. We could talk about it. And my first thought was that it was drawn out. It was, I got through 1 episode and I thought, 9 more like this. But as you start to watch, and like you said, as you kind of let it all kind of just pow together in your brain, it's really interesting. I can't wait. Like I said, the one thing I don't look forward to is trying to sit down, find the time, and watch it like that. But after it's said and done, I do enjoy it, and it's interesting to see this individual take. They're giving you a lot. They're giving you the neighbor. The neighbor. A lot of people talked about when the whole thing was going on, and you're seeing the neighbor. She of course was calling the police and trying to say, there's something weird going on over there. These smells, the sounds, the screams. No one believed her, and that ended up being a lot of what this story is based off of. But Al, did you catch any of the show Dahmer?
I have, yep. I'm almost done with episode 4.
Episode 4. Wow.
Oh, you're just flying through. Yeah, I just finished up episodes.
I usually do. Once I do it and catches me, I try it. Like, I'll use any free moment. I slowly get through it, but not all at once. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I get through it.
Are you in a tunnel?
No.
Are you in a? Are you? Where the hell are you? What's going on? Why is it always something with you?
Hey, what is it with you and technology?
Everything was going perfectly fine.
Everything was until you come on here. But anyway, yeah. Like in this episode, the latest episode, like when he's trying to pound one out with the old Sears catalog.
Yes.
And can't get it. And then he starts remembering the fish guts and all the innards from when him and his dad. That was just a beautiful touch. I loved it. I laughed so hard. That was episode 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he couldn't get it up, so he had to think of something, and it was the fish intestines, the heart, and everything, and then wanting to take the pig home to dissect some more.
Yeah. The fact that they let him take the pig home is crazy.
Oh wow!
That should have been a red flag.
Day drinking.
Everybody. I would think that everybody here probably dissected a frog at some point in high school.
Yeah, frogs.
Can you imagine being the guy that asks to take home the extra frogs just because you love doing it? That should have been the first red flag right there.
But then the movie is at E.T. where the kid's like, doesn't he release all the frogs from the science class?
I think that might have been that movie. Yeah.
Did she say E.T.?
I think so.
Yeah, back then you just no one's treating this dude like he's weird. Even tell people weird things about him.
Yeah,
that is true, because they also they showed it in the series. I'll talk about that scene real quick in a moment. But even when he was arrested and everything, and people were coming out, the cops had ample opportunities to catch this guy. People had ample opportunities to turn him in, but no one did, just because of the time. At the end of this, it was towards the end of the episode that he gets pulled over, and the cops go, "Oh, we already smoked. You're drinking." He goes, "Well, hey, it's, my parents got divorced, and
he's like,
I can't sleep. I'm cutting grass." And hey, you know what? You got a lot going for you. I don't want to ruin your life. Go ahead and get out of here. And nowadays, that wouldn't happen. You get stopped for drinking. It was all right, boom, we're doing this. We're gonna search your car, find all this. Boom, you've been caught right away. But back in the 70s and 80s, no one cared.
He wasn't even on the run. It isn't like he was even a fugitive. He wasn't even hiding. He was just going through life doing what he did, not being nobody picking up on it. You know what I mean? It was just such a smooth sail for him. He was able to continue to do this. And even once the neighbor started saying, "Jeff, what's going on? Why does it stink so fucking bad?" The answers that he gave were so fucking ridiculous. Every time, it wasn't like he told the lady next door one thing and then he didn't keep his story consistent. One time he said he loved pork chops. One time the parents sent him a bunch of meat and the refrigerator stopped working. Another time he said it was his tropical fish that died. It's such a bizarre situation because nothing is even consistent. He's just kind of dying his way through his whole story. You know what I mean? There's really no.
He's ready to tell the truth when they confront him, but he's not see those moments. He's he's like, "Oh shit, I'm caught," but he's not forever down the line.
I like when he's playing with the bones and he says it's like playing pickup sticks.
No, at the end of episode 3, he was crushing up and grinding the bones, right? I was watching on my phone, and where I was, the light was hitting it all weird. So I'm like, is he really crushing up the bones and stuff? And this dude was wild. It was just great.
And like I said, he just kind of went about his way. Even when he went out and found these victims, he just happens into the bar. He talks to the people. There's no there's no secludedness. There's no, it's not like he's in his own mind plotting and planning. He's out in the open. He's doing all this stuff as if he was just a regular person, a normal, not psychotic, cannibalistic person.
I don't know if someone's at that point, but he's trying to tell someone he born this way.
Yeah.
I want to see where the B story with his mom goes. Because she's a piece of work.
Yeah.
She's
nuts, they flash back to when she was pregnant and apparently
corresponding with that. No one even looks at his mom like she's weird. She's run off to shop, they don't even like yet that I've seen put it on his mom.
I mean, there's still obviously
your microphone's killing me.
Now, see, there's still 7 episodes, so we still have 70% of this whole story to go.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to know, just my own curiosity, where does the brother end up in all this? Because he had the little brother, and even till this day, I mean, nobody really ever spoke. I don't recall hearing anybody talk about the little brother. So, I'd like to see a little bit more on him as it moves forward. But, whether we do or not, I don't know.
Yeah, me too. Like, find out about his brother, his mom, his dad. I just like, were they alive were his parents still alive when he was arrested and all this stuff? I want to see where this goes. Because I can't remember the entire story.
Right.
What was that?
The dad gets pulled in and talked.
Yeah, the dad will be alive at the end. Because the police,
you can't live.
You can. Oh my god! I have no idea what she's saying. This is comical. This is great. Like if we need to get you set up with a system at your house. This is killing.
But it's weird because like any kind of show I see like this, like he's like, I have that weird crush on him because he's that villain.
Yeah, well, people are starting to now. I don't know if that's what you were saying, but like people are like being, Dahmer was hot, and then going, oh, the guy playing him dressed as Dahmer is hot too. I need to find someone who looks like that.
I do like the actor who he is, but then I'm just sitting, I'm like, this guy's so weird. Like it reels you in. Girl, I guess it kind of like, what the fuck is going on?
That's what they said. They said they're not trying to glamorize him in this particular series like they did with. What was it? The Son of Sam?
Son of Sam, yeah.
And so that they try to take a different route. However, it doesn't work because women are out of their mind. They find red flags attractive, and it's insane. So everybody's gonna want themselves a little Dahmer.
I think I have one. Out of the 2, I think I have one. So
what you're trying to say is like you're raising a serial killer?
Absolutely.
Hey, Al, what's the worst thing to find in Jeffrey Dahmer's bathroom? Head and shoulders. But no, it is. Once I get settled in, once that I'm in, I'm focused, the show's going, I'm enjoying it. Like I said, it kind of takes a little bit of build up to want to do that. It's good so far. What do you recall? Do you guys recall what happened to him when he finally did go to jail?
Oh yeah.
How he died.
Oh yeah.
Apparently he the guys around the jail they caught wind it was Jeffrey and what he did and everything. So they shoved a broomstick up his ass until it killed him. I think that they shoved it so far up that it literally killed him, the broomstick.
Yeah,
but you know what? You can't say that the justice wasn't served. I think that something like that is fitting for him. It's maybe something that the system wasn't going to do. Obviously, maybe they might have put him to death eventually. But you know what? I think the punishment fills the crime. It really does.
Yeah, mass murderer, cannibal. You're probably not going to last long in prison.
And just look at all the weird shit like like that big vat of acid and and what did they say? They said like whether he learned from it or something where they took the brain out and they were still able to put alcohol on the one nerve or something
it was just like a part that like made you be able to feel anything, so no matter what you were in.
So they took that out and they then put something on it so they shouldn't have been able to feel, but the person kept smacking at that area like they were able to feel. The whole thing is fascinating. You can learn a lot of things that you probably don't want to learn. And, just kind of hopefully that you just kind of chalk it up as crazy shit that and, you don't apply it to your life in any way.
I'm taking notes while I watch the show. Okay. Oh, no.
Note to self: don't go to Mike's house to have a beer or two.
I'm just making, just don't trust my cooking is all I'm saying.
And where do all these people get their roofies? The stuff you slip in people's drinks. I gotta say that at this point in my life, I've never once came across that little packet of roofie, that you always see in the TV show that they're sprinkling in people's drinks.
Yeah. Like
I'd like to take it just to see what the fuck these people are, you know what I mean?
I've never known, like I've never seen anyone that I know ever have like Rooflin or anything like that. Well, so thankfully, but yeah, like those weird drugs. No, I've never seen any. I wouldn't even know where to get them from.
Remember that time that big guy at the bar, you went and stayed at his house that night and you couldn't remember anything, but you said it was cool, nothing happened.
Oh, I remembered everything, big boy.
Do you find any head and shoulders in his bathroom, Mike?
Oh, there was head being done in the shower.
Oh.
Why y'all looking surprised? I'll take a joke as far as it needs to go.
I just remember you were only attracted to him because he had big titties. What was that all about? Oh.
I've been up for like 12 hours now. 11 hours. Leave me be. I'm tired.
Oh, hell no.
So, Al, you're on episode 4. Mike and I are on episode 3. Maybe we'll try to, put a dent in it over the next week or something, and then we'll see, what next week looks like. We'll have everybody back, come back and talk about it some more. What part would you say, Allie, has been the most disturbing part so far of this show? It's just, you're like, oh, what the fuck, dude?
It actually takes a lot for me to feel to say things like that.
What
so
about
I'm
you,
really
Mike?
not. Yeah.
As she cuts out while she's trying to think and then starts talking.
I couldn't tell if I was cutting her off or she was cutting out.
For me, the most disturbing part. Oh God, it literally had to have been when he was like, "Can I take the pig home?"
Yeah.
Because like all the other, like the killing, like when he killed that dude with the weight bench, or like that weight killed him, and then drug his body here, did all that stuff. Like, okay, I've seen that in movies, but no, wanting to take the pig home, I find that disgusting and disturbing. That's a red flag. I'm throwing a challenge flag on that. That is disgust. No.
The biggest challenge flag, so far from what I say, everything he does is abnormal. And even as a killer, a cannibal, there's no normalcy to what he does at all. Everything that he does is a bit odd. When he had the the Indian kid, maybe the 14-year-old, 16-year-old or whatever, when he's in the hall, I thought that part was really it told a lot. It told a lot. It really showed how nonchalant the authorities were with this whole situation. The guy was, in the hallway crying. He was obviously out of his mind. And Jeffrey kept saying, no, that's my boyfriend. Come on, and the woman next door. And then the girls, when the black lady next door, her daughter or whatever, were standing on the porch, and they, it just at that point that there was just no, like I said, they just kind of through the whole thing. It almost puts you in mind of like police from an old story where they're just so stupid and just so oblivious to everything going on around them. But I found that is a part that really gave me a feeling of how this was going to be. As far as like the disgusting, crazy shit, I still think that's yet to be seen. There's going to be so much more, obviously. Like I said, we've only watched 30% of this series, but I think there's going to be a lot more crazy shit. But you guys both hit the nail on the head. Well, Mike especially, because he had a point. And
poor Allie and her crabby Mike.
I know she may have had a good point.
She probably
may have been
did
having
too.
A bunch of good points for all we know. So if we have anybody that's good lip readers, they may have enjoyed what she said.
No, I didn't make a point. I said nothing to me yet. Like nothing has grossed me out.
Not even like psychologically made you go, ugh.
Well,
Is she talking right now?
She's thinking that
The way that her mouth and her voice move at different times and cuts out, I don't know if she's talking. Maybe she is. Maybe she isn't.
I think he's so smart and people underestimate him. He's smart, so I'm more like enthralled as opposed to just at the moment.
this says a lot about you.
I want to know what makes him smart. I just think he's psychotic. Where does the degree come in with you, Al?
Are most because we just don't think that way. So it like me, I'm just that kind of like sit down and talk to someone like that to see why.
You see what happened to everybody that sat down and talked with him, right?
School counselor's fine.
She was able to find one character that was fine. She got us there. She has a point. The school counselor, he didn't kill her.
Try to be his friend.
I can't even remember who was the school counselor. Like I said, it all just is bunched together.
She just time in school where they were
Mike,
like,
who was the school counselor?
Alex gonna kill you.
Well, hey, this was a lot of fun. We'll have to do this again.
Yeah.
Maybe by that time we'll have a better mic situation set up with Al. But Mike, why don't you go ahead and tell everybody about the website?
I had to get that last little dig in there.
That was good, man. I like that.
You know, I try. 2dumyinzers.com. We head over there. We have links to. Oh God, where do we have links to? I always forget. Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Spotify, Anchor, links to our merchandise store, email address, everything you need. 2dumyinzers is at 2dumyinzers.com.
And there you go, everybody. And don't forget, every day we are live Monday through Friday here on YouTube from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. Please continue to keep checking us out. And then also in the evening of that day, so today at 8 o'clock this evening, the podcast version of this show will be up on Spotify if you just want to listen. Mike, do you want to play a quick trivia? I have 2 minutes. You want to do a quick trivia before we go?
Yeah.
Okay, Al, just remain calm. Mike, this is a how well do you know your enemy trivia? So of course it is about the Jets this week. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Which university did 2000 rookie Chad Pennington attend? Obviously, he was a quarterback for a long time with the Jets. You remember Chad Pennington? He ended up going maybe Miami, a couple other places before he disappeared. So the question of the day, Mike, is which university did 2000 rookie quarterback Chad Pennington attend?
I know this one. Easy. I remember when he was being drafted out, the Steelers passed on him. I forget who we took that year. I think did we take Plex that year or a lineman? Can't remember who we took that year, but Mel Kiper Jr. flipping out. That's why the Steelers never win. I don't take quarterback. Yeah, because you're going to take a weak arm quarterback to draft him to play in Pittsburgh and Cleveland where there's wind. Oh, really fucking brilliant, Mel Kiper Jr.
All right. So the question of the day, which university did 2000 rookie quarterback Chad Pennington attend? Mike, you say the answer. You claim that you know the answer, correct?
I know the answer.
All right. What is it?
Marshall.
Is that your final answer?
Final answer. Thunder and Herd. Him and Moss, baby.
That is correct. I didn't realize was Moss and Pennington both there at the same time? Because I remember Moss was like 97, 98, So was
I'm not
Pennington
sure.
his quarterback?
I don't know. I'm taking a look.
Fuck it. Don't worry about it. We do want to say thank you so much for watching the show. Please continue to do so. Again, we are on all 5 days a week. Please continue
Yeah, they
to
played
check us
together.
out. As for Mike, Allie, and myself and the two Dum Yinzers, we thank you, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Deuces.